At the end of the day, the question is, can Georgia beat Alabama in 2021? I mean, it's really that simple. We've talked about a lot through this playlist, and I appreciate you watching. I've covered Georgia for 20 plus years, and I can tell you right now that if you want to be the best team in the country, you're going to have to beat the best team in the country. And for Georgia, that's Alabama, and for everyone else, it's Alabama. Georgia's been right there and has 3 times basically let Alabama off the hook in the last 10 years. 2012 in Atlanta at the Dome, Aaron Murray and company, Chris Conley catches the ball. 2017, you're second and 26 or whatever it is. That's just got to be a win. And then in the SEC Championship in 2018, probably even more so, Rodrigo misses a 30-yard kick, and the game just changes. Here comes Jalen Hurts because Tua couldn't do anything. Georgia's really had Alabama's number, but they haven't won. And that's not going to work. We talk about this and a lot more over on dogpost.com. Make sure you join us. If you missed any part of this playlist, make sure that you're clicking on it and you can see the 5 things that are the keys to Georgia's 2021 season. There's been a lot, but I'll tell you, when it comes down to it, if you can't beat Alabama, you're not going to get where you want to go. The teams that have won the national championship of late, starting from 2015 on, have either been Alabama or beaten Alabama. You talk about Clemson in 16, beat Bama in the championship on the last play of the game. 18, a blowout win. 19, LSU, I would say that was a blowout, and then it became not one. And then obviously all the other years, Alabama lost games those years with the exception of 2020, but they won the national championship. In 2014, Ohio State, they beat Alabama and go on to win it all. In 2013, Florida State didn't beat Alabama, but Auburn did, and that's why Bama wasn't there. So, and then in 12, Bama, 11, Bama, 10, Auburn, they beat Alabama. In 9, it was Bama. In 8, it was the Gators, they beat Alabama. So for the last 13 years, you're either going to do it or you're not. I mean, that we've gotten to that point in college football where there is a program. And it ain't you, Clemson, it's Bama. Auburn has had success against Alabama. Clemson has had success against Alabama. Ole Miss has had success against Alabama in the last decade. Georgia's lost 4 times in a row. 20, 17, 18, was 20, 18, 17, 15, and then 12. So 5 times in a row in this decade. And I think 3 of them came down to the last play of the game, and Georgia lost. And those are games that, they're going to be kicking themselves for a long time about. And this 2021 season is different than in the past. It is. In 2012, that was an established Alabama team. And Georgia was really good, but they weren't at the level of Alabama. And they had them there at the end of that game and let them off the hook. And it's just all there is to it. They had a 11-point lead in the third quarter and lost that game. Then you go to the 15 game, Alabama just vastly better than Georgia. It goes on to win the national championship. In 2017, you're up 13-0 or whatever it was. That's a game Georgia should have closed out. They didn't. Cost them a national championship. In 2018, you sit there and you watch Georgia could have gone, I think it would have been 31-14. It would have been tough for Alabama to come back and win that game down 17 in the third. I mean, it would have been tough. And they might not win that game if Tua doesn't get hurt. In fact, I'm pretty sure they probably don't. He did not have the eye of the tiger that night, that's for sure. So you talk about those games, close doesn't count. It's not going to get it anymore. This 21 team, Alabama's changing out a lot of players. And they change out a lot of players a lot of times. So that they are doing that doesn't mean you're going to win. But there's definitely a difference now. When you look at the 17 and 18 game, Georgia probably does not have as good a running backs, but they have a better quarterback. They have better receivers, but they might not have a better offensive line. So there's here and there. Alabama, they might have a better quarterback. We'll see. I find it hard to believe they had a better offensive line. I do think their defense is better than it was a season ago, but all those things don't matter. What matters is, do you win or not? Because Georgia will probably get to Atlanta. Whether they beat Clemson or not, I don't know. But they will probably get to Atlanta. And if they don't beat Bama, nobody's going to care. All right, thanks for watching all of these. Go to dogpost.com. We'll see you on the website.